Today's episode of the More You Know podcast is brought to you by CrowdQuestion, a brand new social communication platform focused on connecting crowds to bring everyone closer to their community, as well as enhancing any occasion. Rather than being a social media platform focused on content and advertising, they're focused on communication and connection. Learn more about the platform and download the app free at crowdquestion.com.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
Know
podcast.
Today I want to elaborate on the differences of living through your soul and living through your ego, as discussed by Deepak Chopra in his book, Reinventing the Body, Resurrecting the Soul. With every thought and every action you have throughout the day, you make an either-or decision, and it can even be subconsciously where you're unaware of it. But regardless, you're either driven by your soul or ego. When you act and think from the soul, it's selfless with love and truth. On the other hand, when it's driven by ego, it's focused on getting ahead, pleasure, and selfish nature. And while your ego can no doubt benefit your life, it typically only benefits solely your life, and it's not sustainable like coming from the soul is. What it comes down to is your soul is just as much a part of you as your ego is. You just must be aware of that fact and embrace it. So I want to break down what both the soul and ego look like, so you can increase your awareness surrounding both of them, and live more through your soul. And I'm going to start off with the ego. So the ego is rejecting, critical, opposing, clingy, agitated, resentful, selfish, conflicted, and judgmental. There are common thoughts and actions driven by your ego which I now want to go through. The first is when you reject an experience in advance. The second is when you criticize someone else or yourself. Third is opposing a new idea. Fourth is clinging to your point of view. Then fifth is feeling agitated inside. Sixth is resenting a position you're in. Number 7 is raising the level of conflict in a situation. The 8th is when you consider your own selfish interests before anything else. And finally, the 9th is when you cast judgment as well as blame others. And now that I've explained the ego, I now want to explain the soul. So the soul is accepting, approving, cooperating, detached, calm, forgiving, selfless, peaceful, and non-judgmental. You'll know you're responding from the soul level when you do the following. First is accepting the experience that's in front of you. Second is approving of other people and yourself. Third is cooperating with the solution at hand. Fourth is detaching yourself from negative influences. Fifth is remaining calm in the face of stress. Sixth is forgiving those who have offended you or wronged you. Seventh is approaching a situation selflessly, with fairness to all. And finally, ninth is taking a non-judgmental attitude, making no one else feel wrong. Having awareness surrounding how the ego and soul functions provides immense value to your life. It's clear in a lot of ways that your ego negatively mirrors your soul, and what this means is that when you notice you're acting in an egotistical way, you can just mirror those actions, and likely be coming from the soul. There's value in not only having awareness surrounding the soul and ego, but also working to think and act from the soul. Doing so will improve various aspects of your life, such as your relationships, pursuits, and overall having the ability to be content with life. Along with that, by living through your soul, it will assist with making a tremendous impact in this world and crafting a life of significance. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it. Check out other episodes. Leave a review. Follow the podcast on social media at More You Know Pod, and sign up for CrowdQuestion to ask me questions about the episode. Again, thank you for listening as we propel through podcasting with the More You Know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
Know
podcast.